If you're watching this, you more than likely landed on this video from a blog that I wrote about doing things that are different, doing things that are new, and exploring. The idea behind the whole thing is that a lot of times we get caught up in the monotonous rhythm of our day and we don't do things to discover more about who we are. The journey towards a meaningful life should have tons of self discovery. If you really think about it, you are 100% not the person that you were in your past. You have gradually changed. And if I took a snapshot of your life between now and 10 years ago, my guess is that is almost a completely different person. Because we go through life in these discovery phases. And as we discover new things about ourselves, we grow into a new person. We grow into somebody who we want to become. We grow into that desired result. And so if we're in the pursuit of a meaningful life, we have to find ourselves getting into this rhythm of doing something different, doing something new, and exploring. The point of all of this is about discovery. It's about discovering ourselves. Now, here's the thing. How do I get into the practical of this? Like, how do I start practicing something different, new, and exploring? The reality is that you just got to start practicing. I know it sounds like one of those things like to do it is just to do it. And so to be able to do it, you just need to start doing it. I get it. That sounds like, all right, cool, Randy. And still, what do I do? Practice. Practice something new, practice something different, and practice exploring without a desired result. Okay, that's one of the things that I will encourage you to do. Do these things without trying to find a desired result. Don't go searching for a fix. Just go searching for the opportunity to discover yourself. And so doing something different, that may be in a practice that I'm already involved in. How do I evaluate it and find another path that helps me to do it differently, right? I know that, again, doesn't really sound like great sound advice, and yet it really is that simple. If I only start moving into a different path, I start to discover different things about myself, and in the process, I become a new being, a renewed being, a rejuvenated being on the path towards the meaningful life that I desire, doing something new. This can be really fun and really simple. When you think about new, everything can be new. That could be a new item of clothing. It could be a new purchase. It could be a new book. It could be a new way of thinking. It could be a new idea. It could be a new hobby, a new habit. There's anything and everything can be new. So think about the things that you're not involved with right now and find something just to grab onto. Just test it out. See what's happening. And then the last thing is to explore. To explore is really, how do I begin to take a step in the direction of one of my bucket list items? How about that? How do I take and move towards a bucket list item? So here's what I would say practically on the explore side of things. Do you have a bucket list? Create this idea behind a bucket list and go start putting some check marks on it. Make sure there's little practice moments in between those. Like, so if your goal in your bucket list is to do something spectacular, make sure there's little moments that can chunk up to that so that then you can feel accomplished. You can feel that you've explored. When you're doing something new, find really just something, anything new to do. Doing something differently. Get off of your path and onto a different path and see what happens. And here's the reason why all that is. Again, it's the discovery of ourselves. And yet when I'm really doing this and exercising, I'm practicing the story that I want to be able to tell when all is said and done. I'm practicing that meaningful side. I'm practicing that legacy. So when I think about this, it's going to be important to me enough. It's going to be important enough to me to be able to make sure every single day I'm not just caught up in a monotonous cycle, that I'm doing little things every single day to practice something a little bit different, something a little bit new, and I'm exploring a little bit more. It's about the discovery of me. I want to do something extravagant and something worth telling a story about in this world. To do that, I need to continue to discover who I am. To do that, I have to get out of a monotonous cycle. And to do that, I really need to be finding myself doing something different, something new, and exploring. I hope this helps. It's not rocket science. And I know it's not a whole lot of how to do. It's more the inspiration of go and do. Start the practicing. That's what's most important. Practice. You don't have to be the best. You don't even have to get better. Just start practicing different, new, and exploring.